What's up, everybody? Welcome back to For the Money. We are the Big Easy Bets podcast. My name is Logan. With me in the studio, Bam Barrero.
Yo.
We've got Nick Von Brick in the control booth.
What up?
We are on to the Cadillac Championship at Trump National Doral. Is it Doral?
I believe so.
Okay. We're back with another signature event. We had fresh off the Zurich last week. The year of Matt Fitzpatrick rolls on. We're going to recap the RBC Heritage the week before, where Bam nailed the very same Matt Fitzpatrick, who's now won back-to-back. And we're going to try to make some money on the golf course. We're going to the Cadillac Championship. I've got 3 different guys to win, and we're going to parlay them top 20 again. Hit the like and subscribe button if you don't mind. It's been a profitable season, but we got to address something that happened going into the RBC Heritage. Bam got caught. Bam nailed the winner. Make no mistake about it, but Bam got caught with a bad number and got called out for it in the comments. 2 things can be true. The guy in the comments can be a loser. Name's Quinn. Has nothing to do with him being a loser. But he could also be right, and he was. So Bam got the not a good number. You took 14-1 with Matt Fitzpatrick when there was, I think the highest available was 18-1. The consensus was like 16-1. So the guy was correct. It was a bad number. Yeah. The guy's also a douche. It's okay. It is what it is. There's a lot of, everybody loves to get in the comments and be right. But I'll be the first one to tell you he was correct.
I understand it now.
And make no mistake about it, Bam's typically the behind-the-scenes, working the cameras, producing. Bam's not a professional gambler by any stretch of the imagination. He'll be the first one to tell you that. Bam knows golf more than Nick knows golf, so we decided to let Bam hop on the desk and give out picks, which have been winning this year. So if you tailed Matt Fitzpatrick, regardless of what number you got, if you took Bam's number, you could have got a better number. But if you were smart enough to shop around and get the better number, you got a winner in your pocket. I'm going to go out on a limb and imagine that Quinn saw that and then disregarded Matt Fitzpatrick and probably didn't bet him to win. So either way you look at it, Quinn's a fucking loser. Literally and figuratively. But yeah, so we've now tasked Nick in the control booth with making sure that Bam is giving out the best number possible because he can't be trusted to do it himself.
I'm cool with that.
But yeah, I also prefaced many of times that we're not golf experts by any means. I wouldn't fancy myself an expert in anything. Did we finish in the top 0.01% betting the NFL in the biggest pick'em contest in Vegas and the world? Yeah, but I still wouldn't consider myself an expert. I would consider myself smarter than Quinn, but not an expert. But yeah, golf is not our forte, all jokes aside. But with that being said, we've been winning money this year, and we plan to continue it. And I will never bet Victor Hovland again. Ever again. I sat right up here while Bam was giving you a winner at a bad number with Matt Fitzpatrick. I was giving you Ludwig Oberg and Victor Hovland. And after the first round, we were sitting at number 1 and number 2. With a lot of missed putts. Not a lot, because you don't get up there with missing a lot. But Hovland left a lot out there on that first round. He could have been tied for the lead, in the lead, regardless. We were off to a fantastic start. And then it all came crashing down. In the worst form of a Sunday round where Victor Hovland, I could probably pull it up, don't even care to look. I think he went something like 4 or 5 over maybe. Fell outside of the top 20, cost us a top 20 parlay. And I think Oberg finished 4th. So it was a brutal. It looked like we were about to fucking get him, and it was a brutal just collapse from Hovland. So I'm out. I'm out of the Victor Hovland game. Won't see me on him ever again. You nailed Fitzpatrick as the winner. Went toe to toe with Scotty Scheffler. Went to a playoff after Fitzpatrick duffed a chip. Scotty chipped it. Showed him the way, put it to a foot, and then Fitzpatrick chunks one, ends up having to go to a playoff, and then throws an absolute dart with a 4-iron, whatever. I don't remember what it was exactly, but just an incredible shot, and put him away, won the championship. Did we get anything else to the window outside of that? Did you win anything?
Yeah, I
Into the mic.
hit Morikawa top 20.
Yeah, that was a good call. What did he finish? Top 5 overall?
Uh,
Yeah.
Right around
Yeah,
it. if
fourth.
not. Yeah.
And then I had Scheffler top 5.
Right. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
But that shot on the playoff hole, I mean, I wasn't expecting Scotty to put it right like he did. I thought he would actually
give it a run at the pen.
give it a run at the pin, but kind of left it out right on that right side of that bunker. But Fitzpatrick came out and said that he was aiming at, you can hear him talking to his caddy, we're aiming at the TV tower, which was kind of like right side of the green, mid-right of the green, but you can see in his follow-through on that shot, he kind of like one-handed it, dropped it, and he was like, oh, shit, that's right at the pin.
Yeah.
Nailed the putt right after. Great shot. But did you see Gary Woodland's finish to the round?
What, he hole out?
He holed out from 204 yards, just a little low stinger, was riding up the wind.
Yeah, I do remember
One
that.
hop into the hole. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's been having a really solid year with the bounce back from the brain surgery and all of that. So it's been the feel-good story of the year for sure. But he's been quietly competitive in multiple tournaments. He got a win a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, that was just to clear up the guy jumping in the comments and talking about the numbers and all of that. Bam's never claimed to be a professional, but Bam did nail Matt Fitzpatrick. And we're going to see if he can go back-to-back. And we are, speaking of back-to-back, Matt Fitzpatrick went back-to-back with his brother at our home tournament this past weekend, the Zurich Classic. The Fitzpatrick's brothers tried to give it away there at the end, but looked like they were going to run away with it on Saturday. In the best ball format, they fired a 15 under, which had to be the course record for that format. And then going into Sunday, we were there. They tried to give it away on that back nine. They were hitting into the trees and then hitting into trees again and double bogeying holes there down the stretch and alt shot. And but going into 17, Alex Fitzpatrick threw a dart on the par 3, and then Matt Fitzpatrick actually missed the putt. So they went into the par 5 18th hole needing a birdie to win. The other Fitzpatrick, Alex Fitzpatrick, put him in the bunker with his second shot, and then Matt Fitzpatrick threw one of the best bunker shots you'll ever see.
35 yards to less than a foot.
Yeah, had side spin on it, started working its way back to the hole, completely took the pressure off of his brother, who probably couldn't feel his hands at that point, trying to know that he's one putt away from PGA Tour exemption for 2.5 years. And now he's in the field here at the Cadillac Championship the very following week. Took any of the pressure out of the equation. Said, just go tap it in. It was an incredible bunker shot. Cool moment. We had a perfect spot. We were right. You can even see us on like the PGA broadcast, like on the replays. I'm like right on the right side of the screen. So we had a front row view. It was one of the best bunker shots, if not the best, that I've ever seen in person. And it was just a fun day. I'm a Ben Griffin guy now.
Me too.
But
That was fun following him because we got out there early. We're like, all right, nobody's playing. Play got suspended for a little bit. So we're like, all right, play's going on now. Let's get up there. First people we walk up on are Ben Griffin and Andrew Novak. And then we just start live betting holes.
Yeah. No, we went out there and Bam asked me on the ride out, like, we're going to have to live bet holes. And so I'm like, I even said, all right, I was like, okay. I was like, we can lose money today. I'm okay with it. I will. I'm willing to do it for just to go have fun. And we had VIP tickets, so we had our free drinks are included in the cost of the ticket. I don't know how many drinks I had, but it was a lot. And like that night, I fucking woke up like 4 or 5 times. I had to get water. I had cold sweats. I was fucking struggling. I'm not even kidding. I probably had 15 drinks when you really think about it. And it turned into the fact that we discovered you can get 2 drinks at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, what am I going to do? Walk around with 2 drinks? So I would just chug one, and then I would have the 1 drink. Yeah.
Also, big fan of the water hazard.
Yeah, it's a good drink.
Yeah.
But yeah, our day started on the 8th hole. I'll never forget it. We have a video. I might post the video on right here.
Played a clip.
On the 8th hole, Novak throws a dart to his credit. Well, I bet him to birdie the hole plus 185, only because one of the like volunteers helping on the course came up and started talking to us. We had seats right next to the green. We were walking around, but we found open seats right there. Guy comes up and he's like saying how he always works the Zurich and this and that. We're like, what do you think on this hole with this pin placement? He's like, oh, birdie for sure. He didn't even know who was on the hole at the time. He's like, you're going to see a lot of birdies here today. I said, say less. Plus 185 for birdie. Novak throws a dart. Still had about 10 to 12 feet for Ben Griffin, but a relatively straight putt. We had a perfect angle of it. A butterfly landed on the ball twice, if you're into that kind of thing. So sometimes signs. I even told Ben, I said, Ben, did you see that butterfly? And he looked at me, and we kind of, I'm assuming, he had the aviators on, so I'm assuming we made eye contact. Can't say for sure. Needless to say, he buries the fucking putt, and this ball rolls around like 80% of the cup.
Get in the hole, Ben. Get in the hole, Ben. He loves it.
Yes! Come on!
That's what I'm talking about. Buried it.
Let's go!
I gotta give you the way.
And I lost it. I lost it. He gave me the Shooter McGavin finger gun, and I didn't even see it. I couldn't. It's like I had glasses on. I did. I was hammered. But I like blacked out. I was like, he fucking buried it. And he's over there giving me the Shooter McGavin finger guns. And next thing you know, we're following them around to bet. We're just betting them birdie. And Ben Griffin is throwing darts, and Novak missed. Novak cost me a small fortune on a grand total of like 6 feet worth of putts, and he missed 3. They were like borderline tap-ins, and this guy couldn't make a putt. So it was a nightmare. It turned into a quick nightmare, but not because of Ben Griffin. So.
Because he missed the short one on 13, maybe like 8-footer, just left it low. 14, Ben Griffin throws a dart, long par 3, throws a dart, and then Novak even sees the line, misses that one. That one would have been amazing because that was highly unlikely. That was like a plus 5 something.
Yeah, we were doing birdies on the par 3s, and yeah, Griffin, it was like plus 580 on this one. And again, these are terrible bets. These are not bets that you just start. These are just out there for good vibes, have fun, and be willing to lose your money. These are not good bets, and I understood that. On 13, it was a par 4. Griffin fucking hits it into the fringe on a hill, very, very small room for error, and spins it back to 3 feet. Novak misses it. And then on the par 3, really tough hole placement. That's why the odds were so long. It was a tough hole to birdie. He threw it to fucking 3 feet. 3 feet. Again, and Novak missed it. But then Chad, a buddy of ours with us, accidentally puts $100 on them to birdie the 17th par 3, and Novak, to his credit, threw a dart, and then, of course, surprise, surprise, Ben Griffin fucking buried it. So, all in all, it was a fun day. That was one of the more fun experiences at the Zurich that I've had.
Yeah. That was my favorite Zurich so far.
Yeah.
Maybe it had to do with the free drinks,
Yeah.
free food, stuff like that. That added to it, but I don't know. That was a great ending, too, just to like end the day for the walk home. You know, we had Smalley in the mix. They bogeyed 17 to not go to a playoff.
3-putt. Yeah. Crazy.
So, but if it wasn't going to be them, glad it was Fitzpatrick and getting his brother his tour card, especially on that bunker shot. I mean, that was just unreal.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. The Cadillac Championship at Trump National Doral. This is another no-cut tournament. Not a fan of it, but it is what it is. It's the first time they've gone back to this course since 2016. It has been kind of getting the I think Liv has been there the last like 3 or 4 years, but it's been a minute since the PGA Tour has gone to this course. It is a par 72. The yardage is roughly 7,739 yards. It checks out as the second longest course on tour. So off the tee, going to play a big role here. Length is going to be key. This is an interesting tournament given the fact that it's a signature event. But when you look at the scheduling, you had the Masters, the RBC Heritage, the Zurich gets sprinkled in. That's like the meme of like the Marines about to breach the door, and then there's the clown in the middle. That's the Zurich. And then you have the Cadillac Championship, something next week. It's another signature event. And then you've got a major the following week. So we're in the midst of a gauntlet here with signature events and then majors sandwiched in. So what you're seeing is a lot of the top of the food chain guys not play. So in this tournament, we're going to be without Rory McIlroy, no Ludwig Oberg, no Xander Schauffele, no Matt Fitzpatrick, no Patrick Cantlay. Was the most recent withdrawal. Matt Fitzpatrick has obviously earned himself a day off, a weekend off, and maybe now somebody else can go win a damn tournament. But so it makes it a little interesting here where there's a lot less to pick from. And I think we're going to see some popular picks that a lot of people end up on, given the fact that this is a longer course and certain statistics are going to play a key role. And then you have less of the top of the food chain guys to pick from. So, with that being said, how many total do you have to win?
2.
I have 3. What do you have?
I have 1 to win and 3 top 20.
Okay. I'll go with my first to win, and it's numbers have been moving. So I placed these yesterday. We had to wait to record, so numbers have moved. For my first bet to win, was arguably the hottest golfer on tour to start the season. Faded a little bit, as expected. But I think this is a good opportunity here for Chris Gotterup, and we are going to take him. It's now 27-1 is the best number I can find. I got it yesterday at 35-1. So significant change. I'll still take it at 27-1. Driving distance, he ranks 4th on tour. Strokes gained off the tee, he's 8th. If you listen to the announcers, every time they watch this guy play, they talk about how he just mashes it off the tee. So plenty of length. The approach with the long irons leaves a little bit to be desired. Not the best there. But if he's able to find the fairway here consistently and put himself in good positions, and I just think with the length that he has, I like Gotterup this week. I think this is he won 2 out of 3 tournaments. He went toe to toe with Hideki Matsuyama, Super Bowl Sunday, and then he won. I think he won another one 2 weeks, maybe the Sony earlier in the year. So he started out hot as can be. He had his first appearance at the Masters, made the cut, finished, I think, top 25. So the guy's good. And I loved it at 35-1. Now down to 27-1. We'll still take it. I think we could see Chris Gotterup kind of get back on track to that form that we saw to start the year. So that will be my first bet to win. Where are you going?
All right. We've been on this guy multiple times this year. I think this is a good chance for him to finally get a good win under his belt. So I'm going to go Jake Knapp, 30-1. Reason being, this year he's 8th in total strokes gained, 7th in total putting, 12th in total driving, but he's 6th in the world in driving distance. You said this is the second longest course on tour. So driving distance is going to be a big key here. He always does well in the par 5s. But one of them that stuck out to me was on his approach shots greater than 200 yards, he's 19th in the world at sticking the green. 9th in putting average, 2nd in scoring average. Been playing pretty recently. Didn't play that good at the RBC. I think he came in like 74th at the RBC, but prior to that, Came in 11th at the Masters, 6th at the Texas Children Houston Open. Got cut at the Players, and then 6th at the Genesis prior to that. So if he can just put it together, hit some good drives, score well in the par fives, putt well, all the things, I'll take him at 30-1.
Yeah, all the important stuff with winning golf tournaments. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. We didn't talk about who was on what. I'm also on Jake Knapp. I think this is going to be a very popular pick this week. Take that for what it's worth. Lack of star power. People like Jake Knapp. He's got a pleasing swing aesthetically. And he's very long, and that's what you're going to hear. And so maybe this is fallen into kind of a square play. Because I do think it's going to be popular. But I'm on it as well. I actually got this yesterday at 37-1. It's now 30-1 is the best number. I've said it like a broken record. We probably will see this guy get a win here this year, at least one. In his 9 starts, he's gotten 7 top 25s, 5 top 10s, and 1 top 5. So he had the issues where he pulled out that one tournament and he was battling. I don't know if it was a back or whatever. I can't remember. But in the tournaments that he's played, he's typically played very well. The problem with people like this is that there's a few people like this that are super talented, but when it comes time to go put yourself in position to go win, like a Saturday round, you see them kind of fade away. And then once the pressure's off and they're typically out of contention, you see them fire like a 65 on a Sunday and shoot up the leaderboard and find their way into the top 10. And then you're like, okay, that was a good tournament from them. But when the pressure was on and they needed to go make a push to go win the thing, they couldn't do it. There's a lot of guys like that on tour. So we'll see if Jake Knapp can finally kind of break through and get the win. Like Bam mentioned, he is 19th in approach over 200 yards. He's 34th on tour in that 175 to 200 yard range, which I think will be key. 6th in driving distance, 8th in total strokes gained. So the thing with this is his driving accuracy is right at tour average. Not good, not great. But he's number 1 when scrambling from the rough. Number 1 on tour, scrambling from the rough. He's also number 1 in par 5 scoring average. So all of those things lead me to kind of take the cheese and back Jake Knapp as well at 30-1. Like I said, 37-1 yesterday, but here we are. Us and a lot of other people like Jake Knapp this week, and the number has come down significantly. So 30-1 on Jake Knapp. What is your to win?
Yeah, it's Jake Knapp.
Fuck.
So, I've touched on it a lot. I got him to win and top 20 at
Jake Knapp,
money.
no shot he wins now. You're telling me.
9 tournaments played, 7 top 20 finishes. The other 2 tournaments, he missed a cut. Yeah, y'all talked about it. Driving distance 6, and then the little bit longer approaches here. He's, I think, 19th in approaches greater than 200 yards. He's 17th in approaches from 200 to 225 yards. And yeah, he's putting. He's putting well as well. So.
Yeah, seventh strokes gained putting. Like statistically, you look at this guy, it's hard not to take him. But that's what. I think he sprinkles in one round where he fucks himself and then he can't win. And then he turns around on Sunday and, like I said, throws a 65 and shoots back up the leaderboard. But, yeah, I mean, everything you're really looking for, he checks all the boxes. So I thought that scrambling from the rough being number 1, that's huge. Not so much at this particular tournament, but just in general. I don't think the rough is going to be that crazy. But it still makes a difference. And when you add in the fact that he can bomb it down the fairway, give yourself an advantage against the guys who can't. So, but no shot he fucking wins. We're all on him. We didn't talk about it. What do you know? We're all fucking on him. So that means every square's on him too. So I have one more to win. It's a long shot, and we talked about him earlier. I'm going to go Gary Woodland, 76-1. Woodland has clearly been the best feel-good story of the year, coming back from the brain surgery and talking about the PTSD he had and feeling like he didn't belong on tour and he wasn't the same guy, and then bam, he broke through, got a win. But he's quietly been competitive this entire year, just about. 13th in strokes gained off the tee, 2nd on tour in driving distance. There's a trend. We're going with the guys who can mash the ball down the fairway. The problem with Woodland is his accuracy is a worry. So, not the most accurate, but if he's able to consistently find the fairway, he's going to put himself in good positions here. His approach with the long irons is above average, and I think at 76-1, we'll take a shot here and try to hit a home run. But I'm going to go Gary Woodland 76-1, Jake Knapp 30-1, and Chris Gotterup 27-1. I got to get the updated odds, actually, because I did them all top 20 before the move. It came out to be plus 550. Let me get the updated odds. What else are you taking, Bam?
So I know I was going away from last week when you picked them, but I'm going to Colin Morikawa this week. 20-1 to win outright. Reason being, 6th in total strokes gained, 1st in approach to green on tour, 7th in driving accuracy, 5th in green and reg percentage, and 5th in birdie average, 3rd in total scoring average. Other than the players where he withdrew because of his back on a practice swing, the last 3 tournaments he's actually played in, he came in 5th at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, 7th at the Masters, 4th at RBC. So he's just playing really good golf right now. And at 20-1, I'll take Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, I'm tripping. I said plus 550. It's plus 950. So top 20 parlay: Jake Knapp, Gary Woodland, Chris Gotterup, plus 950. And then if it doesn't hit this week, we're going to retire that strategy. It's very fluid. The attempts we're going with to try to find winners here, but where else are you? What else are you going with?
I'm gonna go with the same strategy as last time. 2 longer shot top 20 finishes. First one we're gonna go with is Jordan Smith, top 20, pays 2-1.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, that's a good question. But
What the fuck?
Who?
Jordan Smith.
The
Driving, strokes gained off the tee. He's 18th. Total driving, he's 8th. Driving distance, 23rd.
Who the hell is Jordan Smith?
I got him right here.
My shit just died.
He's
Made 7 out of 11 cuts this year.
But we've never heard of him.
Came in 3rd at the Valspar.
What does he look like? Who the fuck is that? I've never seen that guy ever. What is that? Andrew Novak's fucking. What is that? I've watched. I'm not even kidding. I've watched every golf tournament this year so far, and I'm talking every round of every golf tournament. I've never seen that guy in my life. And I'm not exaggerating. Who the fuck is that? Did he just get special exemption to this tournament? That might be. Who is
he
that?
played in the Zurich last week.
Yeah, he got cut.
That doesn't mean shit.
He played in RBC. He came in 16th at the RBC.
What?
He got cut. He gets cut, places.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going with.
Yeah.
Every time he's been cut, he follows the next tournament with a top 20 finish.
I have never seen this person ever. And I'm not kidding. I've watched every tournament this year, and I've watched every round. I got a lot of free time on my hands. I've watched every fucking round.
Doesn't get much camera time.
Not 1 second of camera time. I've never heard. This seems like a made-up person.
When he said it, I thought he was trying to say Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, like.
But anyway, yeah, he's good off the tee, and then
Are you sure? We've never seen this guy swing a
Stats
golf
say.
club.
just going by the stats.
I have never fucking heard of this guy.
In approaching, he's not bad as well. 29th in strokes gained approaching. Greens and regulation percentage, he's 11th on tour. The problem for him is putting. That's why we see him down the list this far. And
107.
Why
I mean, yeah,
knows
his
who he
stats
is.
aren't bad. He's 11th in green and reg percentage, 23rd in driving distance, 8th in total driving.
I mean, maybe I'm exposing myself, but I've never heard of this person ever, and I don't recognize him. I have watched every round of every tournament this year, and I don't know who the fuck
Yeah,
that is.
I didn't know who it was either. Maybe it works out for you.
That's crazy. Okay. All right, what else do you have?
And I'm going back to Daniel Berger, top 20,
Okay.
plus 260. The reason is decent driving accuracy, he's 34th, total driving, he's 22nd. And approaching is where Daniel's best. Strokes gained approaching, he's 5th. Greens and regulation percentage, he's 8th. Approaching at 150 to 200 yards, top 20. So, like Jordan Smith, Berger struggles putting and around the green. So, we'll take another shot here. He had a fantastic opening round at the RBC and then kind of crumbled there and then finished with a decent round.
What were the odds on it?
Plus 260.
For top 20?
Yeah.
Might hop on that. I was looking at Daniel Berger.
Who the fuck is this guy? I don't. If anybody's listening and knows who this guy is, tell me if am I crazy for not knowing who this guy is?
Let's see his career.
I think it looks like he just got his tour card this year.
It says he turned pro in 2014.
Well, that doesn't mean shit. Yeah, there's so many different.
He's 30.
It looks like he just got on the PGA Tour this year.
He won the Portugal Masters in
The fuck is that?
2022.
So he did. Who did he play with at the Zurich last week?
In 2025, he played Zurich, U.S. Open, Scottish Open, Open Championship.
Who did he play with this past weekend?
Let's see.
They missed the cut.
Yeah, so he just got his tour card, like you said.
So that explains it. But I haven't seen this guy. He must not have gotten. Did you just give up? You were looking it up. You just gave up? What was that?
It wouldn't let me click it. It's all right.
Oh, you tried to click on an unclickable fucking button and then just were like, fuck it.
His lowest round was a 64 at the PGA Championship in 2024.
It's pretty damn good. You'd think we would have heard of him. But we got to hear about fucking Michael Block.
He played with Hao Tong Lee at the Zurich, the dude who shot the 10 at the Masters.
Yeah. Okay. No, I didn't know he existed, but also didn't know Hao Tong Lee existed until this season. But all right, there you go. That's all we got.
Yep.
All righty. To recap, I am taking Chris Goddard up 27-1 to win, Jake Knapp 30-1 to win, and Gary Woodland 76-1 to win, parlaying them all together top 20 plus 950.
All right, we're going Colin Morikawa 20-1 to win, Jake Knapp 30-1 to win, and then I'll also do the parlay top 20 at plus 251.
You're a madman.
Okay, I'm going with Jake Knapp to win, 30-1. Jake Knapp top 20, even money. Jordan Smith top 20, 2-1, and Daniel Berger top 20 plus 260.
There you go. That is our best bets for the Cadillac Championship. We got to the window 2 weeks ago, sorry. Our last video, we got to the window with Matt Fitzpatrick. We're going to try to do it again, see if Bam can go back-to-back. If he does, hopefully it's with Jake Knapp, and we are all winners. But that is our best bets. If you're feeling generous, hit that like and subscribe button if you don't mind. Do you have anything to say before we go?
Nope.
What about you?
Nope.
If anybody knows who the fuck Jordan Smith is, please educate me. Y'all have a good one. Good luck.